So this is my year post fibroid removal video. I guess I can say it like that. Let me just walk y'all through it. I guess like a week post surgery, I was hurting. Like, they told me I couldn't walk upstairs, and my dad has a 2-story house and my room is conveniently located upstairs. So for a week or so, well, a little less than a week, maybe like 4 days post surgery, I had to take over my dad's room. I wasn't mad at that. I drank so much water. Literally all I drank was water, and it is so important to continue to drink water after you've had your post. I had a laparoscopy, laparoscopy. It's right here. This. And they gave me 2 types of opiums. I'll just call them opiums because, you know, war on drugs, whatever. Anyways, they gave me a ibuprofen like 9 or 8, which is super strong, and I forgot the milligrams of it. And then they gave me hydrocodone. Yeah, sip it syrup. Okay, it wasn't syrup, it was pills, but it was so strong. When I got home, I would take both the ibuprofen and the hydrocodone, but not simultaneously. I took one or the other throughout the day. Let me tell you, when that ibuprofen did completely nothing, but that hydrocodone, I took that, give me maybe 10 minutes, your girl was floating. And I see how people get addicted to opioids nowadays, because listen, when I tell y'all I still think about that feeling or that high or that pain relief, till this day I still think about how that made me feel. Since I knew that that stuff is really addictive, I made sure that I only took that up to 3 or 4 days post surgery. I didn't continue taking it. I was just gonna take the pain after that, because those are not something to get hooked on. Those are not something to play with. And if you don't need it, if you can kind of deal with the pain, I would deal with it. If it's unbearable, then definitely take it. But like I said, I'm no doctor. I'm just telling y'all what worked for me and what I had in mind when I was going into knowing that I had pills to take, or that I could take. Within 5 days post-surgery, I was already out. Like, it's bad, but yeah, I was out in heels, in a dress, makeup, face, hair, all of that. Shout out to Andre, because she definitely hooked up my faux locks, pictured here. One thing I do want to note, my back. I had the worst back pain I've ever had in my life. Sitting up hurt, laying down hurt. It went on for probably about a week as well. I know y'all saw a picture of how large my fibroid was. It was longer than a foot. It was longer than a 12-inch ruler. It was huge. It looks as though I was 3 months pregnant. Don't let it get that bad, y'all. Always go for a second opinion. My original OBGYN that I had, my doctor was full. So I had to go to one of the physician assistants. She didn't touch my stomach to see how hard it was. She didn't even think that anything was wrong because of the ultrasound. Because of the ultrasound that was given showed that they were small. That ultrasound is not good enough. If you can see a difference in your stomach from a year prior and you feel that it's really hard and it's not fat, go tell them that you want a second opinion, or tell them that you want a CT scan, because that's what I ended up asking for. She said, well, if you want a CT scan, you can go ahead and do it, like saying that you're wasting your time kind of thing. And when I tell you I got that CT scan back, and I went back to the doctor and I saw the head and I complained and said I will never come back. Oh yeah, they listened this time. They listened that time. They was trying to, you know, do my surgery then. So no, I kind of went backwards, but it's important to have a second opinion and follow your instinct. Follow your gut. Literally, follow your gut. They don't always know what's best. They're not God. They don't know everything. So definitely get a second opinion. I know that y'all probably wondering about the scar. It is a scar. And for me, as you can see, like, I have scars everywhere. And I have keloid skin. So with that being said, like, I keloid up off of anything. And I'll show you guys my scar right here. It is ugly, but I don't really care because I grew up with scars. I still wear crop tops. I still wear bikinis. I don't care. For you ladies that are kind of shy or insecure about deformities within your body, like, don't be, embrace it. Like, I thought about getting a tattoo over it, but again, I have keloid skin, so I'm kind of, I gotta make sure I go to somebody that doesn't dig too deep with that needle. I'm very happy that I did it, because once my doctor finally listened, the first doctor, once they saw, oh, you do have a huge fibroid, they told me that I was gonna have to have a hysterectomy. You think if at first they went from telling me, oh, I don't need anything, to telling me that the only way that they will perform surgery is if I start taking birth control, and I don't take birth control because it has bad side effects on me. Stay protected though, ladies. However you gotta do it, do what works for you. They tried to tell me that I needed to take birth control and do all these other things before they, you know, to try to reduce the size of the fibroid before they would actually go to surgery, because they thought they were so small. And I was like, no, stand your ground. Like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm gonna do. And that's exactly what I told them. So told them, order CT scan, see you later, bye. Got CT scan, did my research, found a doctor that was hella bomb at that. I have her information. I'm not sure if y'all want it. I'm not gonna solicit it. In Houston. Make sure that you discuss the things that you want and the things that you don't want within that surgery, and see what are all your possible options. I mean, I want to have the option to have kids, and now I do, because I still have my uterus intact. So don't do the hysterectomy if that's not what you want to do. Next thing, I tried to eat healthy and do all those things, but no, it didn't work. Like, you're not gonna eat healthy and work out and do all those things until that is something that you have set your mind to, and I have not set my mind to that just yet. So I'm still kind of carrying a pooch, and I don't care right now. You know, a lot of people ask me, was I scared? And I'm like, at first I was afraid, because I thought I was gonna have to have a hysterectomy, but then when they only tell me it was gonna be a monomectomy, no, I'm just like, come on, let's do it. Family was there, y'all can see in my last video. I was in good spirits. It wasn't that big a deal, like, for me at that point in my life, because I knew I was gonna have my uterus. That was my thing. They give you drugs, so you go right under, and then you come out and you get your stitches and everything else. Oh, one other thing. When I was in the hospital for about 3 days, my first day, I could not get out of the bed by myself. I couldn't sit down on the toilet by myself. The nurses there, up until the 3rd day, which I didn't need help anyway, but up until the 3rd day, they were bomb. They helped me, and I was just kind of like, they helped me like I never knew I would need help in my life. I couldn't even pull down my little orthopedic underwear. Like, I couldn't do anything for myself. I mean, I could wipe myself, obviously, but I just couldn't do any real movements and pulls and, you know, lifting my body, any of that. They won't release you until you make a bowel movement. Do what you gotta do if you want to get out of there sooner. Do what you gotta do. You'll be okay. If you have to go through it, just make sure you're in good spirits, and as long as you know you don't have to do what you don't want to do, which is either a hysterectomy. If you got to do a hysterectomy and you don't want to do one, that's when I probably would have been a little distraught about it, but you'll be all right, guys. Other than that, ask me questions below. If I didn't cover everything, let me know what you think. I'm here to answer and to let you guys know I know what I went through.